the Service de police de la Ville de Montréal and the Service de sécurité incendie de Montréal thanks you for attending this press briefing to inform you of the latest developments in the investigation of the major fire that occurred at Place Diouville on March 16th. Following positive identifications, the permanent coroner in charge of the investigation, Ms. Jeanne Kamel, confirms the identification and the death of the last 4 victims that were extracted from the rubble. They are Ms. Anne Wu, 31 years old, Ms. Dania Zafar, 31 years old, Ms. Sania Khan, 31 years old, and Mr. Nathan Sears, 35 years old. On behalf of the SPVM, the SIM, and all those involved in the management of this event, we wish to express our deepest condolences to the families and loved ones of Ms. Wu, Zafar Khan, and Mr. Sears. Our hearts go out to you. The families were informed by SPVM investigators prior to this press briefing. These 4 identifications and death confirmations are in addition to the one of Ms. Camille Maheu, 76 years old, which was made public on March 22nd. The identifications were made possible thanks to the expertise of pathologists and experts from the Laboratoire de Sciences Judiciaires et de Médecine Légale, and we will not provide further details on the origin of the victims and the circumstances surrounding their death out of respect for their families and loved ones. In addition, this morning, we located and recovered 2 more victims from the rubble, bringing the total number of victims recovered to date to 7. The bodies have been handed over to the laboratory's pathologists so that the experts can proceed with the identification work. I now turn over the floor to Division Chief Guilbeault. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We'll talk about the work done since Friday. On Friday, we were able to secure the masonry of the party wall as well as the exterior walls in order to keep the risk of collapse under our workers. On Saturday, we reached the first floor and were able to establish direct access to the exterior door of the 135 Deport Street. During that day, the technical rescue group team conduct basement analysis to eventually allow us to make further progress. To help us locate victims, we have obtained the assistance since Saturday of 2 teams of volunteer dog handlers from the Association Québécoise de bénévoles en recherche et sauvetage. Mr. Guy Lapointe and his dog Kid, a border collie, and Mrs. Shelley Harris and her dog Recon, a German Shepherd. Their contribution helped us locate the last 3 victims found on Saturday and today. We'd like to thank them for the important support in the research. Please be aware that he could not use the dog before due to the instability of the building and the risk of collapse. On Sunday, our technical rescue group team continued their physical and hard work digging and clearing the rubble in search of victims. We are still using 2 cranes. The first crane is used to secure responder with harness in case the floor gives away under their feet. The second crane is used as a container to remove debris from the building. Following the most recent analysis by our expert, we anticipate that it will not be necessary to dismantle the heritage structure. So what's planned for today? Today we'll continue to search the rubble with the help of a dog handler to ensure that there are no other victims. As mentioned on Friday, at this stage of the investigation, we can reaffirm that apart from the 7 people who were initially missing, we have no information indicating that additional victims are in the rubbles. Our effort will now focus on finding the cause of the fire.
Before closing, let us acknowledge the commitments and hard work that is done day in and day out by all the responders deployed to the scene. Whether it's the SPVM, the SIM, the laboratory, or the coroner in charge of this case, all the personnel form a great team that is dedicated to obtaining all possible answers for the families and loved ones who are very affected by this tragedy. We are all committed to the end. Thank you.